Gang shit, feel me? Let's see what academics talking about with the Blueface and Chibu fight. Academics, he keep it a buck 50. You only can respect it, you heard me? See you talking about.
He's tripling down. And this is the day after. He's tripling down on him feeling that he was scammed by losing. Now, I want to ask y'all a question. What do y'all think about Blueface losing to Chibu? You know, the after effects of it is a little bit interesting. Because I'm going to be honest with you, after seeing how terrified every other rapper was of Blueface, to see Blueface lose to, no disrespect to Chibu, but a regular guy, I've told y'all, rappers live so much in image. Everybody assumes rappers are super tough. They all got hands. They all could fight. And if you put a rapper versus a regular civilian, like they're almost a superhuman, right? Well, we get to find out, bro, that's not true. You have Lebebe. He's ducking a fade with me. We see some of these guys athletically. You're like, okay, these guys look like they've never, if they've never done anything more than fucking walk to the block to sell some drugs. That's it. You can tell these guys aren't really on nothing. It's gotten to the point, I'm going to play the clip after. I'm going to be honest with you, I think especially with streaming, people have never looked at rappers as bitches as much in history till now. I think a regular fan realizes that a rapper is probably a bitch ass nigga. Like your average rapper who talks crazy is probably a bitch ass nigga without the 20 people with him, without the guns that he claims he's shooting, which he doesn't have.
That's mostly a lot of people though, but there's some rappers who get it mingy, you heard me? Can't really say that. There's some rappers that get it in.
Gun charge for. Okay. Fans are starting, and this is why like rap is in a weird place. There's no more mystique for rappers. There's no more respect for rappers. And
that's this generation of rap. Back in the days, like even with that the beef with Tiny Son, T.I. and all of them, like we're in an era where people think they could just say anything out their mouth. Feel me? Back in the days, even though somebody could jump up here and say, oh, this is not back in the days, a lot of people got killed for words, bro. Feel me? Like, even now in the trenches, a lot of cops still get killed over words. Feel me? Like, we're in the era with rap where people think they could say whatever that comes out of their mouth.
And the idea of, oh, these are like, I remember, I just came over to the United States. Like, nigga, a couple years later, you hear 50s popping. The idea behind 50s lore was that this guy survived getting shot 9 times. Bro, he had a song called You Not Like Me. Basically saying that he's like this. We thought he was like the Iron Man of fucking gangsters, of humans. This is why he's the tough guy from the streets. Now we're realizing like these rappers are bitches. And I'm going to be honest with you, this is going to continue till a rapper gets in the ring or a rapper shows us other.
This is gonna continue until a rapper get killed again. It's this era, this generation of rap. Feel me? The old school era wasn't nothing to play with.
Otherwise, and this is why people, I ain't gonna lie, no disrespect. This is why the baby deserves so much respect. He was one of the only niggas that every time somebody played with him, he gave a demonstration. He made an example every time. Every single time. To the point, I think he had a reputation of, don't fuck with the baby. He ain't one of them. But these days, I think people look at rappers like, yo, bro, you getting knocked out by this regular nigga. You getting holed by this other dude. Like, yo, y'all not really that tough. That's why when rappers is now trying to come with this like super tough shit, we like, yawn. I hate to say it. Yo, there was an idea before Fifth went like kind of super pop with him, his albums going on Diamond. People were scared of 50. I remember the whole thing was when white people started calling him Fitty. And it was saying that
50 Cent.
Remember the dude walked around with a bulletproof vest. It felt like violence was following him. And when he figured out that, yeah, he still got to be tough for like hip hop, but he got to be able to smile with the white folks and kind of go in both worlds, he started really going crazy and he started really blowing up. But I only say that to say there used to be a thought about rappers. Like, I'm going to be honest with you, I think niggas look at rappers as hoes. Right now, your favorite rapper, like, we're seeing them too much. They got beer bellies. These niggas look like they couldn't even run 50 meters. Like, they look like me. Like, these niggas look. The idea and facade about a rapper is completely done. And again, I'm not saying it's every rapper, so don't act like I'm dissing every rapper. But what I'm telling you, it's about how people view the average rapper. And these things don't help. I think Blueface was one of the only last niggas like, oh yeah, he a Crip, he a this, like, damn, he probably caught 8,000 squabbles in jail. Damn, he's calling everybody out. Like, and then when you see him versus Chibu, by the way, I still think, he held his own.
What Blueface did in the ring, even Chibu, you gotta respect it, because a lot of people can't do what they did in the ring. Like, feel me? And a lot of rappers can't do what he did in the ring either. You heard me?
I think people are like, yeah, these guys aren't that scary. They're just like regular human beings. People look at rappers like vloggers now. Like, y'all just vloggers, my nigga. Like, that's it. Like, you're vloggers that just make music. That's it. Anyway, let's hear about Blueface, and this is from today, I believe. He's talking about how, according to the caption, it says he doubles down on the scamming thing, and he says he was paid over $300,000.
Yeah, Aiden's definitely scamming. He tried to say I was drinking and getting lit. I don't even drink, chat. It's definitely an excuse to make it more favorable. All the highlights was in one round. It's a 6-round fight. And if you go look at all the highlights from what everyone's posting, it all says round 6. Where's the rest of it?
Now, I want to stop Blueface there. And remember, for anybody who's like, yo, Ack, you and Blueface are going back and forth, so you're a little bit biased. I have no reason to try to shit on him. I lost money. I lost $20,000 because of Blueface. I believed in him. I betted on him. Blue, maybe you're right about the alcohol thing. I didn't see you drinking alcohol, even though you saying you don't drink, that would be a new revelation. I've seen you drink many times in the past, like you and your ex, Krishan, you guys had a substance abuse problem for sure, right? And I'm not acting like no one else does. Maybe I do, right? But you guys used to drink a lot. So maybe you don't drink now. I'm not making that accusation. Blue, you do have to take accountability that physically you look like you're in 2,000 times more shape than Chibu, and you were completely gassed by the 6th round. Not only were you completely gassed by the 6th round, right? Which, by the way, you guys requested. According to WAC 100, that was a compromise after they swapped out another fighter, which would have been what's my man's name? Ruga. They swapped out Ruga, and they said, hey, you could fight Chibu, and WAC or you said, well, this guy's 285 pounds. He's heavier. We'll only do it if we do 6 rounds. So all of these things is you being the A side controlling it. You asked for 6 rounds because you thought that because he's fat, your stamina would be better. And for the regular person watching the fight, that's what it should have been. You're in shape, he's fat, or you look in shape physically. But the reality is not because you look in shape means you're actually in shape, okay? Obviously, you were incarcerated for some time. You probably weren't in there training for a boxing match, but you got out. We seen you in the studio. You're definitely putting in work, streaming, doing everything you had to do. But you clearly didn't take this match serious enough. Where's the videos or whatever of you waking up early in the morning and jogging 2 miles, 3 miles, 4 miles, 5 miles, getting the cardio up? No, you assume because you were a skinny, tall dude, or you're not that skinny anymore, but you're way more physically or visibly physically in shape than Chibu, that you had better stamina than him. You're ignoring some of the most obvious parts. You were still gasping for air after 6 rounds. He did 6 rounds too. Even during the interview, he was talking, even though he was a little bit winded too, but it's very obvious. It was very obvious. I'll pull it up again that you guys can see it.
If you're struggling with depression and not feeling the comfort and peace that you need, I invite you to meet with missionaries like me from the church.
In case you think I'm lying, Blueface, let's see. Look, even this clip.
Yo, what's going on, guys?
Okay, even in this clip right here. So this is a clip where he is in the, I don't want to dox how Aiden's warehouse is, but there is essentially another warehouse where the fighters prepare, they kind of chill at until it's time to go to the main warehouse where the fight happens. So after the fight, Blueface goes back there after he's done the interview. Now, you would imagine if Blueface is really in better shape than Chibu, you look, the fight is done. Look, this is him in the fight. See? Look, still gathering breath. Still gathering his breath. Again, listen, I know I'm not in shape either, my niggas. I'm not here like I'm just trying to say this is a part of accountability Blue got to take. You physically looked in shape. You underestimated a nigga because he was fat. You said, oh, let's go more rounds because you think he's going to get tired more than you. What Chibu did, which you got to give him credit. And remember, I got to give him the caveat. I had to pay out money because I bet on Blue. Chibu is a heavier dude. He put a lot of his weight. I know it's kind of dirty, but he put a lot of his weight on Blueface that Blueface kind of had to consistently deal with that was tiring out Blueface. Now, usually, technically, Chibu's supposed to be tired too because he's carrying all this weight on his body, but Chibu is he has better conditioning than Blueface. This is after the fight, after the press conference. This is a guy who's supposed to be someone in shape.
I'm not listening. Everybody in there, but the last two fights is crazy. May 2nd.
Okay. Just wait. Right. Look, this is probably like 20 minutes after the fight. Or not, it's not 20 minutes. Let me be accurate. No, it's 5 minutes after the fight. 5 minutes after the fight, Blue could barely talk. He could get one word in before he has to. He's not in great shape. That's just clear. Conditioning is lacking. Just listen.
Losses come with this shit.
Watch when you see the other.
Look.
Before we was up 4-2. We were up 4 rounds. We was up 4-2. But watch when you see the fight be super high fire, super high.
Again, as you see, Blue is gasping for air a bit. And all I'm trying to say is that if we look at Chibu afterwards, he looks like he probably could have won another round, even though he looked tired too.
He definitely landed a lot of.
But this is 10 minutes after the fight. Blue could barely talk. We just gotta be honest. Blue did not do no conditioning in terms of cardio. He probably did some workout. Probably did a round or two sparring, make sure whatever was good. But conditioning, horrible. And also, it's his own fault because he asked for 6 rounds. Everybody else did 3. These are amateur fights. Everybody did 3. He wanted to bring this fat dude into the deep waters. The fat dude had better conditioning. Second of all, Blue is fighting somebody who's 285. Blue is more naturally like a guy that's around 200. Not sure what his current weight is now. If you watch Blue when he's fighting, Blue did hit a couple punches, but none of them looked like they affected Chibu. It didn't have power. Now, I'm not going to say Blueface doesn't have power with his punches, but it clearly appears to me that Blue probably has power if he's fighting somebody who's 185 or 190 or 195. But his power doesn't hit somebody that's 285 and really do nothing. There's no punch I think he hit Chibu with that Chibu was startled or, oh, shit, like, actually one time. I did see one time. But there was times that it looked like Chibu may have.
Yeah, but ain't Chibu a real boxer though? Like, and I'm not taking up for Blueface either. Chibu a real boxer though. He do this shit on a regular. Blueface a rapper.
Hit him, and even though I still give Blueface the score overall because he got more punches in, power punches and moments that probably shocked the crowd, Chibu had those. Okay?
Out the ring.
Okay. All right. Now, This is where I'm also questioning. If you ask me, it looked like it was the first time Blueface ever did 6 rounds. That's a problem. Why ask for 6 rounds if this is the first time you think you're going to ever do 6 rounds? And also, why ask for 6 rounds if you're not comfortable with doing 6 rounds without being this tired? Unless you think you're going to stop him before 6 rounds. And I'm going to be honest with you. I don't think that Blueface was the aggressor in much of the fight. I think he did a great job with the jab. I think he threw some decent and good punches early on, but he didn't have the energy of, I'm about to put this boy down. We got to be honest. Anyway.
My coach said...
You could qualify for up to $300,000 or more in compensation. If your child was sent sexual...
Okay. All right, now he's like rested now. He's good. Okay, anyway, this is him from last night, I think today.
It all says an excuse to make it more favorable. All the highlights was in one round. It's a 6-round fight. And if you go look at all the highlights from what everyone's posting, it all says round 6. Where's the rest of it? I didn't take plenty losses before, chat. It's not. Boxing is the sport comes with losses. How much did I make on the fight? Oh, I ain't gonna tell you how much I made, but I'll tell you that I made over 200,000.
Yeah, I hear the number is like, it's like 350 or 400. He's like, I'm not gonna tell you how much I made. It's like, imagine making like $30 and be like, I ain't gonna tell you how much I made, but I made over $28. You know, from what I hear, that's the highest. Aiden, this didn't come from Aiden, but I hear that's the highest Aiden's ever paid for a boxer. Also, I think that's the thing that, you know, if we're really thinking about this brand risk thing, you could look at it 2 ways. You could look at it as, if you pay a guy $300,000, let's call it $350,000. If you pay him $350,000, would you want him to win because now it makes the league bigger, or you want him to lose to one of your fighters because you want to make the fighter bigger? You know, it's 2 different ways to think about it, but whatever.
I'll let you guess from there. And that's just for the fight. That's not even including nothing else. So it's definitely a celebration, chat.
Yeah, and I think the way he's talking, again, not that he didn't want to win, but this is a big win for Blueface. He just got home. He owes a lot of money. He gets $350, $400 for the fight. He goes to fucking Vendome or Booby Trap, wherever he goes to do club hostings the night before. He's probably collecting like good 30, 40 grand there. It probably turned out to be a trip that's worth like $700,000 for him, right? So, you know, if you could parlay that into something where like this could have been $1 million weekend for him, right? He's hustling a lot. He's still streaming. Yeah, he lost the fight. Do I think it does irreparable damage to his career? No. I think for him, you know, it's in his advantage to push the narrative of, hey, listen, I got robbed, right? And yes, he could fight again. No one in hip-hop is going to, you notice that all the rappers kept quiet, right? Because they wouldn't want to fight him. Like, that's the reality. So nobody's really talking about Blueface losing because they wouldn't want to fight his ass. So it is what it is, and I think it was just free cash for him. You know, reportedly, his first fight, or the one versus Ed Matthews, was for like $160,000 or $170,000. So he got double that. You know, he's always been down to fight. So for him, it's a W, right? Okay. What is this? Playboy Max response to Aiden. Okay. All right. They're going back and forth. Okay. All right. Okay. So let's kind of move on into some other stuff.
Not all F words are bad. Some are great. Like fast, free, fiber for 4 months. Switch to Optimum Fiber for as low as 25.